the Sleeping Beauty's hair tickling Alex's nose as he smokes beside him, all the while wanting to kiss his beautiful lips. Again, this is something I might have written in college, or in those wandering years after I had dropped out, when my desire gnawed at my insides, and the only reprieve was the fictions I constructed around beautiful white boys. Once I finally started getting it in, as the kids say, I was able to turn those fictions into reality and wrote those moments as memories in my head. I came to understand why so many gay writers delight in describing the nape of a man's neck, the softness of their hair, and the way it decorates a pillow, the soft, soft eyelashes veiling secret treasures of the world, the parted lips aching to be kissed, the skin always white, always white, always white. So much of gay literature fixates on white male beauty and its destruction. From Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray to James Baldwin's Giovanni's Room, to the seminal gay novels of 1978, to Alan Hollinghurst's The Sparsholt Affair. So much of anything intended for a gay audience fixates on and exalts white male beauty. Is it any wonder, then, that I have always fixated on and exalted white male beauty? When the things I sought to teach me how to be all taught the same thing, that white boys are beauty, white boys are desire. It all comes down to fucking white boys. I came to America in 1990 from Guyana, a tiny island nation off the coast of Africa. Just kidding, it's a mostly landlocked country in South America. But I had to go there for a minute. America blew my stupid 4-year-old mind. Cable television? Are you fucking kidding me? Malls? Food that was fast and, I assumed, good for you? Otherwise, why would they make it so cheap and readily available? It's not like Guyana was the third world, when that was still a legitimate way to describe countries. After all, noted white American man Jim Jones seemed to like it enough. Too much, some might say. But it certainly wasn't the first world. I don't have any memories of it, really. But we didn't have HBO. America was so rich and white and big and loud, compared to the mostly black and brown, very poor, pretty small land of my birth. I hadn't quite figured out what being gay was, but I did have a tacit understanding that whatever it was, to quote the great Valerie Cherish, I'm it! And I should probably keep quiet about it. But I fell in love so easily with men. Men in magazines, on television, in film. They weren't all necessarily white men, but being that most of the men anywhere were white, they tended to be. My first loves were Saved by the Bell's Zach Morris and Blossom's Joy Russo. My mother loved her daytime soap operas, and so did I, because soaps had a reliable stream of shirtless hunks who were always just coming out of the shower, or just about to put on a shirt, or just lying around suggestively naked after making softly lit love to a woman. And then I started to fall in love with men in real life. In school, my first crushes were almost all white boys. There was Jake Capella, my tall, lithe, athletic bully, who was my main antagonist throughout middle and high school. But what can I say? I love a challenge. I was obsessed with every inch of him. He had this protruding Adam's apple I would catch myself ogling during our classes together. Jake would always make fun of me, but not in as cruel a way as some of the other kids. But he was persistent. He would make fun of my weight or my glasses, but I secretly appreciated his attention. God, that explains so much of my dating life. Jake loved coming up with nicknames for people, and because of his humor and force of personality, they often stuck, even if they initially seemed cruel. Our mutual friend Stefan became buff because, Jake observed one day, his hair made him look like a buffalo. Dan became sucio, Spanish for dirty, because Jake said Dan's house was dirty. Once he learned my middle name was Fabian, Jake started calling me Phoebes, like Lisa Kudrow's character on Friends. I got off pretty easy, though Jake took every opportunity he could get to roast me. Sometimes I'd fire back, but I learned the best way to deal with him was just to laugh along. If we were both laughing, then I was in on the joke, and maybe Jake would like me more. This was the same Jake about whom I wrote secret fan fiction and daydreamed. One day, I hoped, his animosity would turn to admiration. When Netflix's British dramedy Sex Education